equals out, we stop getting the back pain. So you can start to see all these, I mean, I can't even say they're small niggly symptoms. For some people they're life affecting, but even with the foundation kinesiology course, you are making huge differences to people's health. There are people who have had back fusion actually don't drink any water. And no one's asked the question, you know, is it anything to do with hydration? And I never understand that, because you ask that, you know, the vets ask that about your pets. Liver, shoulders, rhomboids, again, you know, just a lot of people coming and going, I've got these pains here, and you start finding out, you know, drink a lot, there's a lot of stress, hormone issues. Gallbladder, lots of tight shoulder, top of shoulder pains. And back of knee, that's a big one with gallbladder, so a lot of knee replacements. A lot of knee pain comes on when people have got stressed gallbladders. And a lot of gallbladder removals are actually, they're often, it's because people have had a compounded wheat intolerance. So you start to sort out people eating wheat, you stop people needing gallbladder removals. Circulation, sex, the hormones, this is a good one, isn't it? This is a good one. Our hips, so many of the muscles in our hips, and we were talking about in our menopause workshop earlier, so many hip replacements for women after they go through menopause or as they're going through menopause. And actually we've got the gluteus medius, the gluteus maximus, the piriformis, the adductors, all linked to our hormones. So, and you know, women with hormone issues tend to stand like this. So you want to get those corrected. And it's one of those chicken and egg situations, you know, like I went into an early menopause, but I've also had a hip issue my whole life. And so I don't know which came first. Did the hip issue mean that I was going to have hormone issues? Or did it exacerbate it? But for me, I mean, I got diagnosed with, I needed a hip surgery, not hip replacement, I needed hip surgery. I found out about that at the exact same time I found out that I was going through an early menopause. Like and I get hip pain now before I get a bleed. I'm kind of like, why is my hip agony? And then a few days later I go, that's why my hip was agony. So it's fascinating when, again, this thing of when you can start to realise why your body is doing things, we stop just reaching for the painkillers, just panicking, calling the doctor. We can take things into our own hands. Lots in our hips and thighs. Triple warmer, so our endocrine, oh gosh. Huge ones these here in the upper thighs. And one of the big muscles, the sartorius, which is connected to our adrenal glands, and our adrenal glands make our stress hormone cortisol. When we're stressed, there's two actually, the sartorius and the gracilis. A classic example of this is, you know, you've had really, really bad news and you feel like your legs give way. It's literally because in that moment your muscles switch off. Those stress muscles, it's like, they just switch off. And so when we're under like regular stress, these muscles shorten and tighten. Our pelvis actually rotates. And what happens is, so firstly, then we get bad hips, wonky hips, but there are valves in our gut that get either stretched open or stuck shut, and that's where we get IBS from. So we start to, just from this foundation knowledge, we start to be able to make huge changes to people's health. So triple warmer, we've got leg, we've got calf, what else we got? Thyroid, we've also got upper chest.
Neck.
Yeah. Because anything to do with the triple warmer and the hormone system, you know, our whole body is so important. Lung, very upper shoulder, so you often find that people with things like, chest and diaphragm, we often find that people with things like asthma really struggle with any kind of movement up here. So they're seeing physios for not being able to move their arms very much, but actually it's because of the issue in their lungs. Yeah, and compacted diaphragms. God, my writing's gone awful. And then large intestine. Oh, they're biggies, aren't they? Yeah, horrible ones down the side of our legs. And any physio or chiropractor or osteopath or masseuse will tell you that everyone moans about having their tensor fascia lata, right? This one. And in our world, that's large intestine. And that's because everyone moans about it, because most people have, let's say, suboptimal bowel movements. So much constipation and diarrhea, and with the fascia lata, we're able to have a look at that.
It's that big painful lateral knee.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah. Yeah, so that pain, yeah, exactly, that's knee pain down here. And also back pain, so much back pain. Large intestine muscle here, quadratus lumborum, and again, so many people, they feel like they're wonky. Actually, we need to work on the large intestine. You find that again, not drinking enough water, large intestine, they're not having enough fibre, they're not eating right. That you just start to make all these connections. So it's what's so great is someone will come in with a problem and they'll go, oh yeah, no, I've got this horrendous pain. You go, show me where your horrendous pain is. You go, oh, it's here. And you go, okay, what else can't you do? And they're like, oh, well, I can never do, sit-ups at the gym or da-da-da-da-da. And you go, oh, yeah, exactly what that is, because it's in the textbook. Look, it's in the textbook. They go, oh, or you'd be rubbing the point. And I go, oh, how did you find that point? I go, it's in the textbook. It's like, it's so incredibly accurate.
Yeah.
That's the key, is it's so incredibly accurate. When people come in and they go, literally like, oh my gosh, and you're rubbing the point, they go, I didn't even know it hurt there, but that's agony. And you move like an inch that way, and they go, no, it doesn't hurt. And you go, no, I know, because that's not the point that it says to rub. It's like, this is what your body is desperate.